This is an employee work schedule which I have created in Excel. Before creating the new format, let's see how it works. On the top, we have got months, and months will be managed through drop downs. Just after that, we have got our years. Even years will be managed through drop downs. One thing to highlight in advance, just by changing the months or years from the drop downs, the data what we are going to insert over here is not going to be blank. So it would be better to keep a blank sheet for new months. Let's come to our format. Over here we have got the option for week offs. Currently I have selected Monday and Monday is highlighted in red. If I'll select Saturday over here, our Saturdays got highlighted. Over here we can see none. From here we can select second week off. I'll select Sunday. So our Saturdays and Sundays got highlighted. In the drop down, we have got none also. If I select none, and over here also I'll select none, none of the days will be highlighted. One more thing will be highlighted, and that would be our holidays. When we come down, we have got all the details of the employees like employee code, employee name, designation, their shift hours. Shift hours will be managed through drop downs. On the top, we can see staffing. So through staffing, we will be able to know the strength. I'll come over here and we'll select shift timings. I'll select 8 a.m. As soon as I selected 8 a.m. means start time, we are able to see one on top. Even we can see the out time. In case any employee is on leave, we can select from drop down. Week off, sick leave, or you can select whatever you want. In this format, there will be two sheets. First one will be settings. In settings, we will have all the details like months, years, shift hours, shift timings, weekdays, leave codes and code details, our holidays list, and all the employee details. And second sheet will be employee schedule. I'll suggest you to keep a blank sheet. So whenever you are going to create a new schedule, just come down, right click the mouse, go on top and select move or copy. Move to end, create a copy. OK. So my copy got created. Currently we are in the month of May. So I'll make the scheduling for June. We'll go on top and we'll change the month. We'll do as June. As I told earlier, data will not be removed automatically. So I'll delete this. Now I can start creating the work schedule for June. Perfect. Let's start creating a new format now. I have opened a new workbook. We'll rename the sheet. This will be settings. I'll take settings data from my example file. So I have taken the data from my example file. Let's see in detail what all we have got in our settings sheet. In the very beginning, we have got months from January to December. Just after that, we have got our years. Below that, we have got our weekdays from Monday to Sunday. But on top, we have got none. Let's come to right hand side. Over here, we have got our shift hours. I have taken from 12 to 1. After that, shift timings. In case you want to increase or decrease this list, it can be done very easily. Just below that, we have got all the code details and our leave codes. Over here, we have got our dates along with holidays name, means our holidays list. In the right hand side, we have to put all the details of the employees like employee codes, names and designation. Let's put one employee code over here. So I have taken a random code. One thing what we will have to do over here, we have to take the details of the employee in two cells, means we will be merging the cells over here. I'll merge the cell. We'll drag this to right. We'll delete employee codes from here. This will be name 1 and over here I'll put designation. It will be manager. Enter. Now I'll click on employee code and we'll drag it down. We'll keep till 10. For name also I'll drag it down. In your case, you'll have to put your employee code, name and designation manually, but the cells should be merged. I'll delete manager from here and we'll put the designation team member. We'll drag it down. We'll select all. We'll go to home tab and we'll create borders. Perfect. So our setting sheet is ready now. We will come down and we'll click on plus. Means we will insert a new sheet. This will be employee schedule. I'll put as employee schedule blank. We'll click On A1, we'll take column A closer. We'll click on B3. This will be month and year. We'll adjust the column size. Week offs, employee code. We'll click just under employee code. We'll select next cell also and we'll merge this. Let's put 1 over here for our reference. We'll select the whole sheet and we'll align all the things in mid. I have got total 10 employees, so I'll drag this till 10. We'll come down and we'll drag this one more time. We'll go on top. So we have created the space for 10 employees. We'll click on one and we'll select till 10 and we'll delete this. We'll click just under employee code and we'll drag this till E. So all the cells got merged over here. Employee code plus or equal to, I'll be going to setting sheet and we'll click on first employee code. Enter. Now I'll drag this down and we got all the employee codes over here. And this sheet got connected with our setting sheet. We'll go on top, we'll click over here and we'll drag it down till number 10. We'll go on top and we'll do the same thing over here, means in column D and column E, means we will merge the cells till employee 10. So all the cells got merged. I'll click just after employee code. This will be employee name. We'll adjust the column size, designation, shift hours. We'll click on employee code and we'll select till shift hours and we'll change the cell color. We'll select some light shade and we'll change the font color. Employee name. We will use the formula of VLOOKUP over here. Plus or equal to VLOOKUP. Bracket open. Lookup value. Employee code will be our lookup value. We have to drag down our formula as well as we have to drag our formula to right hand side for designation. So I'll lock my lookup value partially. Means I'll insert $sign just before my cell reference. And to insert dollar, I'll press F4 or function F4 3 times. Comma. Table array. Table array means our data. And our data is in setting sheet. So I'll be going to setting sheet and we'll select all the details of the employees from top. The basic reason behind selecting the data from top, in case my data will increase in future, I'll not have to change my formula. Now I'll press F4 or function F4 once and my range will be logged. Comma. Column index number. Selection of VLOOKUP started from employee code, so employee code automatically became column index number 1. Name became column index number 2, so I'll put 2 over here. Comma. 0 for exact match. I'll close the bracket, but before hitting enter, I'll insert the criteria of if error. We'll go to formula bar and we'll click in the very beginning, means I'll click just after is equal to, and we'll insert the criteria of if error. If error, bracket open, we'll come to the end, comma, double inverted comma twice for blank, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We got first employee name over here. We'll drag this to right. Over here also we got name. We'll double click over here. We'll come to the end. Over here we can see 2 and this is our column index number. We'll delete 2 and we'll put 3 because column index number of our designation is 3. Now I'll hit enter. I got designation. Now I'll click on name and we'll drag it till employee number 10. We'll go on top. We'll click on manager, means I'll click on first designation and we'll drag it down. We'll adjust the column size, shift hours. For shift hours, I'll be creating drop downs. And to create the drop downs, I'll be going to data tab on top. I'll come to right hand side. In data tab, we get the option of data tools. And in data tools, there is one option of data validation. I'll select data validation from here. We can see any value. I'll click over here and we'll select list. Source. I'll be going to my setting sheet and we'll select shift hours from top to bottom. We'll come to right hand side and we'll click on OK. So the drop down list of hours got created. I'll select 9. We'll drag this down. We'll leave this selected. We'll press Ctrl 1. As soon as I pressed Ctrl 1, Small window popped up of format cells. I'll be going to custom. Over here we can see general. I'll remove general and we'll type has space double inverted comma hours double inverted comma close. We'll come down and we'll click on OK. Now we can see hours just after 9. Over here we have got 9. For all the employees, I'll do the hours as 9 hours. So I've done 9 hours for all the employees. Now I'll click just after month and year. And over here, we will be creating the drop downs. In the very beginning, I'll be creating the drop down for months. I'll go to Data tab, we'll come to right hand side and we'll click on Data Validation. From here, I'll select List, Source. We'll go to my setting sheet and we'll select months from top to bottom, means from January to December. We'll come to right hand side and we'll click on OK. So the drop down of months got created. I'll select January. We'll click just after January. We'll go to data validation once again. From here, I'll select list, source. We'll go to my setting sheet and this time I'll select years from top to bottom. We'll come to right hand side and we'll click on OK. So the drop down list of years got created. I'll select 2025. We'll select row number 3, 4 and 5. We'll go to Home tab and we'll align all the things in center. We'll click on month and year and we'll select all the headers. We'll change the font style. We'll do as Arial black. We'll adjust the column size over here. I'll change cell color over here and we'll change the font color. We'll adjust the column size as per requirement. We'll click on January and we'll select year also and we'll change the cell color. We'll change the font color. Over here also, I'll change the cell color as well as font color. Week offs. For week offs, we will keep two options. So I'll select next cell also. We'll go to Data tab. We'll come to right hand side and we'll select Data Validation. From here, I'll select List, Source. We'll go to my setting sheet and we'll select weekdays from top to bottom. Over here, we have got our days from Monday to Sunday, but on top of Monday, we have got none. Now I'll come to right hand side and we'll click on OK. So my drop down list got created. Let's select Saturday and Sunday. Perfect. We'll click just after 2025. This will be stuffing and this will be holidays. We'll change the cell color. We'll go to home and we'll change the cell color. We'll change the font color also. We'll click on month and year. We'll press Shift Control down arrow key, right arrow key, and we'll create borders. We'll click on top of month and year and we'll select till stuffing. We'll merge the cells. This will be employee work schedule. We'll change the font style. We'll do as Arial black and we'll change the font color. I'll click on employee code and we'll select the whole row. We'll right click the mouse, insert. A new row got inserted on top. I'll click on employee code and we'll select next cell also and we'll merge the cells. I'll do the same thing for employee name, designation and shift hours. We'll click just after shift hours and over here we will insert the formula for first date and the formula will be plus or equal to date value bracket open. In date value, the very first thing what we have to provide is date. So I'll provide date as 1. I'll take 1 in double inverted commas. Double inverted comma 1, double inverted comma close. And now we have to provide month. So I'll click over here. And we have to provide year. So I'll click on year. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We got some random figure. We'll select couple of cells and we'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to date and we'll select a desired date format. I'm selecting the date format where I can see my date as well as month. I'll come down and we'll click on OK. Now we can see 1st Jan over here. When I'll change the month, we'll do as August. We can see 1st August. As of now, I'll keep as January. We'll click just under date and we'll insert the formula for day and formula will be plus or equal to text, bracket open, we'll click on our date, comma, double inverted comma, DDD means D 3 times, double inverted comma close, bracket close, and I'll hit enter. We can see Wednesday over here. I'll select date and day and we'll drag this to right. Over here we have got value error. The basic reason behind getting the value error, the formula of second date will be different from first date. I'll delete formula from here and will insert my formula, and the formula will be plus or equal to if, bracket open, we'll click on very first date, we'll press F4 or function F4 2 times and dollar will be inserted in the mid, is smaller than EO month means end of the month, bracket open, start date. So I'll click on my start date. My start date is not visible, so I'll click over here and through down arrow key I'll come down. We'll lock my start date by pressing F4 or function F4 1 time, comma, months. I'll take months as 0, bracket close. Now we have to provide logical test. In logical test, I'll take start date, but before that I'll put comma over here. We'll click over here and through down arrow key I'll come down. Plus 1 means if the start date will be smaller than end of the month, in that case, I want to add 1 in the current date, comma. If this criteria is not going to meet, in that case, I want blank as a return. So I have inserted double inverted comma twice for blank. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And we got second date over here. Now I'll click just under Wednesday. We'll go to Data tab. We'll come to right hand side and we'll click on Data Validation. From here I'll select List, Source. I'll go to my Settings sheet. In column F, we have got our shift timings and leave codes. We'll select column F from top. We'll come to right hand side and we'll click on OK. So our drop down of shift timings got created. Even we have got our leave codes over here. Let's select a shift timing from here. Let's select 9 a.m. We'll align this in center. We'll go to home and we'll align this in center. We'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to time and we'll select a desired time format and we'll click on OK. We can see 9 a.m. over here. We'll click just under 9 a.m. and we'll insert our formula so that out time will be captured automatically. Formula will be plus or equal to, we'll click on start time, plus time, bracket open, we have to provide R. So this is my R, means 9R. We have to drag our formula to bottom as well as to the right hand side. So we will lock our cell by pressing F4 or function F4 3 times. And dollar got inserted in the very beginning, comma, minute. Minute I'll be taking 0 and seconds I'll be taking 0. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We got 6 p.m. over here. We'll align this in center. What will happen if I'll delete start time? Still we can see end time. I'll undo this. We'll click over here. We'll double click on the formula. We'll come in the very beginning and we'll insert the criteria of if. If, bracket open, start time is equal to blank. For blank I'll put double inverted comma twice. So if the start time will be blank, I'll put comma. In the return I want blank. So I'll put double inverted comma twice for blank, comma. We'll come to the end, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We got 6 p.m. To avoid any errors, over here I'll insert one more criteria of if error. We'll double click over here, we'll come in the very beginning and we'll insert the criteria of if error. If error, bracket open, we'll come to the end, comma, double inverted comma twice for blank, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now I'll click on date, we'll select day also and we'll change the cell color. We'll change the font color over here. We'll create borders. Our out time will be formulated, so I'll change the cell color. We'll change the font color. We'll select some lighter shade. We'll change the font color. Now I'll select in time as well as out time. We'll copy this, Ctrl C or Command C and we'll paste for rest of the employees. We'll go on top. Let's delete in time from here. So I have removed all the in times. Now I'll select from top to bottom and we'll drag this in second date also. We'll go on top and we'll create borders. Before dragging the dates to right hand side, we will be inserting two more things. One will be our holidays and second will be total staffing. We'll click on holidays and we'll insert the formula of VLOOKUP plus or equal to VLOOKUP bracket open lookup value. Let's take this down. Our lookup value over here will be date. So I'll click on date, comma, table array. For table array or for my data, I'll be going to my settings sheet and will select holidays list from top. We'll press F4 or function F4 and my range will be logged, comma, column index number. Selection of VLOOKUP started from dates. So dates automatically became column index number 1. Name of the holidays became column index number 2. So I'll put 2 over here, comma, 0 for exact match. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We got our very first holiday over here. What will happen if I drag my formula to right? We got NA error because on 2nd Jan there's no holiday. I'll come to my first holiday and we'll double click on the formula. We'll come in the very beginning and we'll insert the criteria of if error. If error bracket open, we'll come to the end, comma, double inverted comma twice for blank. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we can drag this to right and we can't find any error now. Staffing formula will be plus or equal to count bracket open. I'll click on top cell and we'll select till bottom. We'll go on top, we'll close the bracket divided by 2. Now I'll hit enter. We got 12 AM over here. I'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to general format. We'll come down and we'll click on OK. So over here, why I have divided my range by 2. Let's see. If I'll click over here and we'll select shift timing, there's 2 entry for 1 employee. Again I got 12 AM. We'll press Ctrl 1 and we'll select general format. OK. So we can see 1 over here. If I'll select in time or start time over here also, now we can see 2. I'll delete in times from here. We'll drag this to right. We'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to custom. We'll delete this. We'll put has semicolon dash and I'll click on OK. So whenever there will be no entry, dash will be visible. But when I'll insert the timings, hours will be visible. I'll delete this. I'll create borders over here. Now I'll click on top and we'll select till bottom and we'll drag this till 31st. Let's go on top and we can see the date of 31st Jan. We'll come to left. Let's select our data one more time. I'll select till bottom and we'll select till extreme right. Let's go on top. Let's come to the beginning. Now we will highlight our holidays as well as our week offs. We'll go to Home tab. We'll come to right hand side. In right hand side, we get the option of conditional formatting. We'll click on drop down and we'll go to New Rule. From here we will select Classic. In case you are using Windows, you'll not be getting the option of Classic. You'll be diverted to next step and that is use a formula to determine which cells to format. And the formula will be plus or equal to. We'll take this to right. We'll click on very first holiday. We'll remove dollar from the beginning. Is not equal to. For not equal to, I'll put smaller than, greater than. Not equal to blank. If the cells will not be blank over here, then only our formula should work. I'll click on drop down, customize format. From here, I'll select a desired color. We'll go to font and we'll change the font color and we'll click on OK. OK. So the whole column got highlighted from top to bottom. Now we will highlight our week offs. We'll go to conditional formatting, new rule. From here we will select classic. As I told earlier, window users will not be getting the option of classic. They will be diverted to next step, and that is use a formula to determine which cells to format. And the formula will be plus or equal to, I'll take this to right. We'll click on very first day. Over here we have to highlight the whole column. So I'll remove the very first dollar is equal to, we'll come to left. We are going to manage our week offs from here. So I'll click on Saturday, which will be our first week off. We'll take this in bracket. We'll come to the end, plus, bracket open. We'll take this down. We'll click on very first day once again. We'll remove the very first dollar is equal to, we'll click on Sunday over here, which will be our second week off. We'll close the bracket. We'll go on top. We'll click on drop down, customize format. We'll go to fill. From here, I'll select a desired color. We'll go to font and we'll change the font color and we'll click on OK. OK. So our Saturdays and Sundays got highlighted. If I select none from here, only Sundays are highlighted. And if I select none over here also, none of the days are highlighted except our holidays. If I select Friday from here, our Fridays got highlighted. Let's keep as Saturday, Sunday. I'll go to View tab and we'll remove the grid lines. We'll click on Employee Work Schedule. We'll go to Home tab and we'll increase the font size. Now I'll click on Month and Year and we'll select the whole sheet once again. We'll select till bottom and we'll create borders. In case any border will be missing, it will be covered. We'll increase the column size little bit more and our format is ready now. In the same way, you can create your own work schedule.